Hello and welcome back to a movie watching podcast. This is Cody Michael. I'm joined as always by Seth Ott
Action.
and Jared Buckendall.
Camera.
And we are here to light up your ears
There we go.
with a new episode of a movie watching podcast. Last week we reviewed Walk the Line, and Seth won our betting game by crushing his predictions on Walk the Line. And so Seth has chosen coming of age movies as the theme for our next movie. We're going to let you know in a little bit what our new movie is for the week. And hopefully you'll watch it with us and come back for next week's review. But I do have to say that, and I think I said this last week, coming of age, probably our favorite collective genre between the three of us. A lot of the movies on the list that we looked at are favorites of all of us. There actually weren't a lot of options for coming of age movies that none of us have seen. We had to go back pretty far in a lot of cases. Some of them that I think will stick out to everybody. Thank goodness we've all seen The Breakfast Club. We don't have to shame anybody. That feels kind of like the OG. We have Stand By Me, which Chef hasn't seen. I think we talked about that one last week. But that one's a good one, but I just haven't watched it since I was a kid, so I don't feel like I could pitch you on it. J-Buck, you're the only one that's seen Dead Poet Society.
Oh,
Is this one that you would recommend to current day Seth and Cody? I know it's kind of considered a classic.
Yeah, I definitely would. This is one that I was I had never seen it in college. Someone showed it to me and I was like, "Oh my gosh," because it was like their favorite movie or something like that. Robin Williams, obviously in a more like serious role. A very young Ethan Hawke is in the movie. It's pretty
Huh,
good. Yeah.
I forgot about Ethan Hawke.
I
That's
kind of
cool.
wish that I hadn't seen that one because then like obviously that one probably would have made, top 3 of ones what we would have picked.
Oh yeah. Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yep. Yep.
So here is one though that I want to recommend to you, Seth. Jared and I have both seen Dazed and Confused.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
This is one for like just a Saturday afternoon. You're hanging out, not paying much attention. I also think it's like barely 90 minutes, if I remember right. There's not much to it, but it's just got quotable line after quotable line. McConaughey's debut. I think this is
Yeah.
McConaughey's debut.
Yeah. A young Ben Affleck. I remember this was like one of my buddies that I'd always go and spend the night at his house on the weekends. His brother was like 2, 3 years older. This movie would be on replay constantly, and he'd also pick on us like the guys spanking and doing the hazing and stuff in the movie as well.
Man, let's think about those high school. No, that's a bad joke for this time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hilarious in 1993. Here's one Chef and I have both seen, and Jared hasn't. Almost Famous.
Mhm.
And I only caught this one a couple years ago, and I really liked it. This is where you've got kind of a young kid who wants to be a music journalist, and he goes on tour with a big famous band at the time, and it's a fictional band. But I really dug it. There's a lot of music influence. Young Kate Hudson, I think,
Yeah.
Okay.
is really compelling in this.
I think she was
And
Oscar nominated for that too.
I didn't know that.
Whoa,
That's cool.
really?
I'm fairly certain. Could be wrong.
She's a lot of the driving force behind it. She's the girl he's trying to impress for most of the movie. But that one's pretty fun. That one's fun. That's the version of coming of age where you've got a young kid who's being taught a bunch of lessons by the adults around him, which is, I think, a specific type of coming of age, but one I really liked. We all saw Eighth Grade, which I think is one of our
Mhm.
favorites. We really like that. That's the Bo Burnham one from 2018. So I couldn't believe Seth hasn't seen Perks of Being a Wallflower. I thought everyone saw that
Yeah.
in 2012 when it came
Yeah,
out.
there
I
was
feel
a
like
time and place where that was like everyone's like, "You gotta see the movie."
everyone's Facebook status was some
Yep.
quote from there. I feel
Yep.
like
Oh,
I can't remember what
man.
the quote was, but I know there was one.
I think it was like, "You win by an inch or a mile, but winning's winning." Was that the quote?
Something like that. Yeah, if you're not first, you're
I
last.
totally messed that one up.
Somewhere in there. J-Buck never made it to Call Me by Your Name. I liked that one. That's Chalamet's kind of coming.
Oh, is that
Well,
the peach one?
yes, it is.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be
I
the.
think I get I think I get it.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out to all our Georgia listeners. We do love our peaches.
Georgia.
And so I'll give you Call Me by Your Name, J-Buck, but I was shocked that you haven't seen Juno. This is one I would definitely
Yeah.
recommend
Oh
getting
yeah.
to.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I've brought that one up to a handful of people, and they're not even big movie watchers, but that was another one that like they grew up watching as like a teen or like early college and stuff. But no, I don't know, it never stuck out at me because what is it? Who are the two leads in that?
Elliot
So
Page and Michael
oh, that's
Cera.
right.
There
Yeah.
we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. In my brain, it got just amalgamation into like, oh, that's just an offshoot of like Scott Pilgrim.
Mm-hmm.
Not even close, but in my brain,
Well, it
that's
is
what it
very
was.
much of that, like
Yep.
that type. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what there's a word for that, but I don't know what it is. Maybe someone in the comments will tell us.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's your fast talking, sharp witted teens that everyone loved around that time. Gilmore Girls was, I think, around at that
Mm.
time.
He has a Diablo Cody screenplay. I'm pretty
Yep.
sure.
They got nominated. I think is Diablo Cody a woman?
I think so.
I think she got nominated for
Oh, it's not a
writing
demon.
Juno. Apparently not. Not in America. I still need to get to Inside Out too. And this is a fight
Ooh.
I get in with my girlfriend about every other month because I was waiting to see this with her and we never got to it. And so every time it comes up, I mention to Gina, hey, we still haven't seen Inside Out too. And I don't think it's helping the cause. So we'll see when I get to it, but I hope it's soon. I
That's
know
a
the
good
first one
one.
is amazing and everyone loved the second one as well.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
It's excellent.
What I would say is my favorite coming of age movie, and I'm really glad you guys have both seen it, so I don't have to evangelize to you two at least. Sing Street.
Mm.
This is from
Mhm.
2016. It's like an Irish movie, or it's about Irish kids at least, and it's just about some kids that go to a boarding school and want to start a band and meet chicks, and it's just really sweet. There's an older brother, younger brother dynamic that's really good in it, and the music in it is awesome. I
The
still listen to
music's
the
very
soundtrack.
good.
Very
Yep.
good original music. A lot of like 80s punk rock uh type music from back then because I think it's set maybe in the 80s. Um yeah, that's most of mid 90s was another good one. With that was Jonah Hill directing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Booksmart.
I was surprised oh no, it is on here. Never mind. Booksmart would probably be in my top. It would be in the argument probably with Sing Street. I do love
Yeah.
Booksmart a lot. Um That movie, that's one of those movies I walked out of knowing it was going to be one of my favorite movies.
Uh-huh.
Certainly of that year. Really good music in that one too. I still listen to that soundtrack. I'm really relieved all of us have seen The Sandlot. That would have been really annoying.
Hmm.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we all checked, thank goodness. So we did pretty well here, I would say. There's not a lot of the must sees that we've all missed. I think some people would be upset with Seth for not seeing 10 Things I Hate About You, but I think it's understandable, even though it is good.
We had to watch that one in high school because we also were reading Taming of the Shrew at the same time and then had to write a essay on the similarities and whatnot.
Mm.
Smart move by your teacher.
Yeah.
At least
Oh,
you
and
got to watch
also,
movies.
Yeah.
neither,
I also really appreciate that. I was like, "Ooh, it's a movie day."
yeah, that always worked. We watched Forrest Gump as a history lesson one time. And
That's
that was
true.
that was good. Now that teacher was not a good teacher, but that
I
was a
was
good
gonna
move.
say, I don't think there was any lessons or tests or anything. I think we just
It's
watched
just like,
it.
"Hey, we're watching this."
Yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
Forrest Gump was really there, yeah. And neither of you guys have seen Love and Basketball. There are rooms where you would get crushed for that, but this isn't necessarily one of them. But Love
Is
and
that a
Basketball
young
is really good.
Leo?
No. That's Basketball Diaries, which is a very different movie.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow.
Love and
What's Love and
Basketball.
what's Love and Basketball?
So they're two high school kids, boy and a girl, who are like next door neighbor, kind of will they won't they best friend types, and they're both star basketball players. And it's about their life as they go from like high school
Oh.
into college, where they both are trying to play and different things happen. And so it's just about the progression of their life and how basketball impacts it. But it's just a real cool love story. It's
Hmm.
got Omar Epps, I think, is the guy. Uh, yeah, a lot of good scenes in that one. Oh, and then Into the Spider-Verse. I was glad to see Into the Spider-Verse as an item on this list that I pulled. I don't know that I would have called it a coming of age movie, but it fits the bill perfectly.
Yeah, that's true.
So a lot of good stuff in here. Let us know, guys, which ones you think we missed out on, and if there was a good suggestion. We haven't yet told you what our actual pick is for this one. A few of the ones that none of us have seen that we were deciding between. None of us had seen Real Women Have Curves from 2002. I feel like there's
I've
another
never even heard
podcast-
of that movie.
That's oh, is it America Ferrera? That's like young. If it's not her, it's an actress you know of as like a teenager in that one.
Hmm.
We'd had Hunt for the Wilder People. That's a Taika Waititi one from 2016. None of us had seen Boyhood, which was a real candidate. That's kind of the most literal version of a coming of age movie where
Right.
they filmed it over a decade with the same kid as he aged.
Crazy.
I was gonna say I would have pushed for that one, but the length of that movie is a real limiting factor.
Oh, is it really long?
I think it's like 3 hours.
Well, Jeff, for not guiding us away from that, because I will be glad that our pick is not 3 hours long.
Uh-huh.
We have landed on for the week. Maybe we'll put a drum roll in here for drama. Our second film for a movie watching podcast is going to be Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Can you put a real sick guitar riff sound in here?
This is 1982. I'm looking at
Whoa.
IMDb says it's 90 minutes long, so there's no worries on the length
Thumbs
issue.
up.
Half the length of Boyhood.
We have here's a synopsis. A group of SoCal high school students would rather ignore their studies and instead indulge in their teenage distractions. Cameron Crowe wrote it, directed by Amy Heckerling. We have Sean Penn, a very young Sean Penn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, who was the whole thing in the 80s, and then a whole bunch of other cast. Were there a couple others? Did you guys find anybody else in here that Forrest Whitaker is in here. He's buried pretty deep in the cast.
Judge Reinhold. Judge Reinhold. Is that his name?
Yes, he is in here. Who is that?
He's the cop or one of the cops, the skinny, taller guy in Beverly Hills Cop, and then also the dad or stepdad in the Santa Claus. Those are two obscure roles. He's probably
that
has
is
way
him.
more popular ones, but those are the ones that came to me.
That's still a good pull. That would have won you a trivia night. So this is one of those that definitely I have heard of. I think it falls into that kind of raunchy 80s teenage comedy that was really popular, kind of the Animal House,
Mhm.
National Lampoon type stuff. This is not a National Lampoon. At one point, I think I thought it was.
Mhm.
But this was on a lot when I was a kid. I just never watched it. And I don't think it was
Yep.
because my parents didn't let me. I think I just didn't. You know what? I get it confused. I get this movie confused in my head because of the number of words with Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. For some
Mm.
reason, the two of those movies, I don't know if they would play on the same channel or something, but I would get them flipped. So I don't have much of a clue about this movie at all, other than what we've learned, because I've just had a bunch of misconceptions about it.
You know what's funny is I always confuse Fast Times with Dazed and Confused.
Yep.
Oh
Same.
yeah, that's probably a better comp. Yeah.
In my brain, those two were the same, but what date you said Dazed and Confused was 1993 and this was 82?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my brain thought that these literally came out like the same year.
Yep. Same.
They're probably about the same time, right? Like Fast Times is maybe contemporary that culture, and then
Oh.
Dazed and Confused is him looking back at that culture.
Probably.
Because that's a younger let's Linklater, right? So Linklater's probably just a little younger than whoever, or than Cameron Crowe. By the way, Cameron Crowe wrote Almost Famous, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
there's your
Wow,
reason to
yeah,
go
here we
watch that one.
go.
Perfect.
We've got a little bit of the top end info on Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We're going in pretty blind here. For those who are new to the show, there's only been 2 episodes, guys. Go back and watch.
Uh-huh.
Go back and listen to the 2. But if you are actually new, what we do every week, we're not just going to watch the movie. All right, we think we know movies, and so we've made some predictions about Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We're going to bet some points on these predictions, and whoever wins this little game is going to help us pick next week's or the next movie we do. So we'll start in, as we always do, with our 1-point bets. So this is the easiest bet to get. And why don't, for a change of pace, I'll go first this week with my 1-pointer. I'll take the low-hanging fruit here. I'm gonna say, and I am okay with you guys pushing a number on this one. But the way I have it written is, I bet you that there is going to be an 80s slur that gets dropped.
Oh man.
That it's a very casual thing to say in the 80s that we are going to think is awful now. I'm thinking F word, R word, N word. We're getting at least one of those in this movie in a very casual sense.
That is a very good bet because I think you're gonna nail that one.
I feel pretty confident.
Wow.
I feel so confident in it that if you guys wanted it to be over a certain number of slurs,
Yeah, I would say
I'd be open to
What,
that.
2?
let's set a line. I think a line. I would say let's say 2.5.
Over 2.5 slurs.
Yeah.
Wait, can they be different?
Well, you know what? It's a 1-pointer. Let's say 1.5.
Okay.
1.5? But they can be different, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Or could it be
I'll
like
even-
2 of the same?
2
I'll
different
even-
words or the same word twice.
I'd say
Two
either
di-
or.
Let's say 2 different scenes.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So it can be the same.
But it has
Just
to be
two
in a second scene.
Watch,
like it.
one of the characters, their nickname is one of the slurs, and just every scene they're saying it.
That would count.
Same one in 2 scenes. Cool. Yeah, I feel great about that one. Chef, let's go to you. What's your 1-pointer?
My 1-pointer. So I was looking through the cast list. Noticed that there's a couple of different instances of pizza guy, pizza delivery.
Mm.
So my 1-point bet is that there will be over 2.5 visible pizzas in the movie.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Does a closed box count? Or are we talking about seeing the pie
Ooh.
itself?
Gotta see that crust.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think there's probably a compromise here. Like if there's 2 boxes of pizza, but we only see one of them opened, I would think I would still say that counts
Okay.
as 2 boxes because they plan to eat both of those boxes.
Okay.
Yep. I would agree with that. We have
I
to
like
at
that.
least see one physical pizza.
Yeah. If we see an open pizza, then any surrounding pizza counts toward your 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
I love this game.
Pizza
Like
man.
all rectangles are squares, but not all squares are rectangles.
Oh my god. Okay, so we got slurs, we got pizzas. J-Buck, what you got?
We might have to do a little workshopping on this one, but I said at some point, someone will be smoking Mary Jane.
Oh, weed smoking?
Yes.
So I
Does
will
there
say
need? Okay, yeah. Let's
there
hear it.
are a couple of characters that like one. There's 2. There are 2 stoner buds in this.
Oh wow,
movie.
really?
Yeah. So I
Hmm.
think just people smoking. I think that's a guarantee.
I have a couple alts. So we could do like count the number of sessions. Because if those guys pop up, that sounds like they named them to be in one scene. So if there's multiple scenes of smoking pot, that would be one way. Or if someone besides those characters smokes, like if one of the main cast smokes, we could count it,
Okay.
but not
So
if
the
it's one of the.
stereotypical guys doesn't count, but someone else has to.
Yeah, that's one option. Or it can be anyone counts, but it's got to be 2 sessions. Or it could be more specific, like someone hits a bong. I think that on its own would be a 1-pointer.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will say, yeah, I will say that there will be a bong.
Bong
One
rip.
bong hit.
One bong hit.
Someone's
One
bong
bong rip.
ripping. Bong rips for Biden in
I
1982.
really wanted to say a pipe, but I know that they're not that sophisticated.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be an apple or something.
Yeah. All right.
But if it's a
cool.
bong, 1 point.
1
Oh
point.
yeah, bongaroos.
I like it. I can already tell you guys, if the 80s were anything like the 2000s, we're hitting all of these because that's all I knew people were doing was saying slurs, eating pizzas, and
Yep.
ripping J's, baby. Or ripping bongs, I guess.
Oh man, what a time to be alive.
Holy cow. Okay, my 3-pointer, and I told you guys this before. I took my former 5-pointer and made it my 3-pointer because I do think it is a little bit tropey, and so I do think it's likely. My bet is for 3 points. There's going to be a drag race, and it's going to be timed. Because I thought of this based on Fast Times. So I think there's gonna... I wish I could
I'm
put the
listening,
look on
I'm
Seth's
listening.
face. I might have to get a still of the look on Seth's face when he put that. I can't believe I'm the only one that got to the Fast Times wordplay. I thought there was something we were doing.
It never, when you said drag race, it not for a second did it dawn on me that it was in relation to the title.
No.
What do we think? Is it worth 3?
A drag
Just
race?
people drag racing at some point.
It has to be timed.
Ooh.
I'm down.
So
I
you
like
have to
that.
prove someone's time.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's funny.
I don't know enough about drag racing to know what a fast time would be. If I did, I would make that the bet and make it a 5-pointer. But
Ooh, yeah.
I just think they're going to race. I feel like the racing is obvious, but whether or not it's for times, I'm going to feel like a genius, though, if that hits. Chef, what you got for 3?
My 3-pointer. So, Jared, the reason why I knew there was a stoner bud in this movie is because I have a stoner bud in my 3-point bet.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
I say at least one of the stoner buds gets arrested for marijuana possession in the movie.
You know what? I like that. At least one of them.
Yeah. I don't even think I need to edit that one. At least one of the stoner buds gets arrested for having dope. I like it.
Put it in. Lock it in.
Boom. We need a sounder of a jail cell door slamming shut. There you go. All right, for 3 points, J-Buck, call your shot.
This is kind of weird because Seth, I feel like we almost flip-flopped a little bit. Mine's not pizza here. I just wrote down at some point in the movie there will be a cheeseburger. Just anywhere there will be a cheeseburger.
A visible cheeseburger.
Yes.
Okay.
Thoughts.
I like it.
Just
Because again, like you kind of base the pizza off of like people in the cast. I'm assuming there's no cheeseburger
So,
Eddie in the cast.
how
I just
about-
think that there will be a cheeseburger at some point in this movie.
What about what about like a specific? Are you saying let's make it a little more specific? Like, what can it? Are you looking more for like a fast food cheeseburger or like a school lunch cheeseburger
probably gonna
I
be
mean,
a
if I'm-
diner cheeseburger.
or yeah?
If I'm gonna have to pick, I think I'm gonna lean towards the fast food burger. Because these kids are probably not going to a fine dining establishment.
Fast food cheeseburger.
Okay.
Does someone have to eat it?
No, it just has to be on screen. Unless there needs to be a caveat that someone has to bite it.
What do you think, Chef? Someone got to take a bite of this thing? What if they throw it at a teacher?
Okay. What if we do this?
Ooh, there has to be some activity used on the burger. Like the burger needs to be in motion.
It needs to be okay. The burger can't be set dressing. It has to be
Okay.
part of the scene.
There needs
Okay.
to be activity with the
They have
burger.
to interact. Someone has to be doing something with the burger. It can't just be sitting in the background. Okay, so I'm about to type the dumbest thing I've ever typed into an Excel file. Someone interacts with a cheeseburger.
and Are we removing the? Okay, it's gonna get even dumber. Are we removing the fast food stipulation, or are we gonna keep that along with it?
If they have to interact with it, I don't know if we need him. If we need it to be fast food.
I agree. I
Okay.
agree.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Okay.
any cheeseburger interaction.
What'd you do last night? Well, I had a cheeseburger interaction.
Bingo. I have been really exercising my patience, and there's a reason why I went first today. It's because I've been so excited about my 5-point bet. This is
Ooh.
the first bet that I wrote when I realized I could write it. It's the first thing I wrote, and I I think that at some point in this movie, Sean Penn's character is going to make it known that he loves black girls.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
You guys know I love seeing a young version of an actor we know kind of trying to find some of their moves and try to see some of their. I think this has been going on for Sean Penn since day one, baby.
How insane if he says exactly that quote.
Do you like black girls?
Yeah.
I do. I love them.
So yeah, how specifically are we measuring this?
I think he's like any version of, oh, I love black girls. Now, if he just meets a black girl, that doesn't matter. He needs to tell someone that he is a type, and the type is black girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he says that, and then no black girl shows up. That's fine.
I'm willing to bet there's not any black people anyway. One of
Unfortunately,
my
I was going to say
earlier,
the same thing.
one of my early drafts of a 1-point bet was that there was going to be under 2.5 black characters, and then I saw a portion of the cast and thought, too easy.
None.
Yeah. So whether or not there are black girls, I don't know, and I don't think it matters for this bet. I just think Sean Penn's into him.
It's fair.
All right.
And really, who's not? But Sean Penn's just making it known.
All right, my 5-pointer. So there, again, going back to the cast list, there is a character specifically named Businessman in the cast. So I'm saying, it's gonna get specific. Businessman will specifically be a door-to-door salesman
Ooh.
and will specifically sell vacuums.
Whoa. Watch.
That
That's like the
is-
opening. That's how the movie opens, probably. It's a morning with kids at breakfast.
knock, knock.
Yep. Wow.
He's going to flirt on Sean Penn's mom.
I mean, that's a really good guess, too. Like, 80s had the door-to-door salesman.
That's okay. So that was going to be my one. And I like the bet. I don't think we need to edit the bet.
Mm-mm.
Were they still doing that in the 80s? Like, I know every 50s and 60s thing.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know about the 80s to know if that was still going on
I
or
don't
not.
know.
But I do love the, I can picture the entire scene.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Because it'll be taking place like while it won't matter to the scene. It'll just be ancillary stuff that one of the parents is doing.
Yep,
That's my
yep.
guess. But I like it. And it's very specific. That's a Babe Ruth shot called.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth 5. J-Buck, bring it home.
All right. I'm assuming this movie's going to have popular music or music that is now popular. So I think that one of the songs in this movie will have charted in the top 20 of the Billboard 100 at some point.
So one of the songs, does it have to be after?
Ooh. Like you're saying that the song charts after the movie's released.
And what are you also? Are you picking a specific song, or
No,
it's
I'm just
any-
assuming that there's popular music in this. So a wide net, but I think one of those songs is popular enough to have charted in the top 20 at
all
least
time?
once. No, just like for that week. For a week.
I bet you that, or not I bet, but my guess is that these teens are going to be listening to their contemporary hits. And so if they were making the movie in 1981 and they needed to pick a song to play, they might have just picked the most popular song from 1981. So that's why I'm saying if it charted after the movie came
Oh.
out, I think that's probably a better bet because then you control for them just picking popular songs for the soundtrack.
Yeah, because like like you're saying, then it's like retroactively it's already popular. I
Yeah.
would say that I'll agree with that where it has to be after the movie because then
Song
thoughts.
from the soundtrack was a top 20 hit
Seth, you look like you have many
after the film's
concerns right
release.
now.
My only thought is that I guess that's not really related specific to.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
too
know.
far out of the realm of like the bets of the movie.
'Cause I don't think it's specifically happening in the movie. It's just like something that you know what I mean. Like it's not a part of the movie. Like I don't know. Like that's something I feel like we could
I see what you're saying. If it's part of the soundtrack, it's not necessarily part of the narrative.
right.
Okay.
Like so I like one there. So I look through again. I look through the cast list a lot. There's someone named Reeves Nevo, and there's Reeves Nevo and the Cinch, which I think is a band. So I could see like a bet based around that, maybe a song they sing. Maybe someone in the movie sings a Billboard top whatever song, like a top 10, something
I
like
mean, that
that.
would definitely be worth 5 if it was the fictional band from the movie. What if you
Oh,
limit
okay.
what if you limit it to like how it's played? So instead of
Oh,
just
okay.
being
So it can't
soundtrack, maybe it's like if someone's playing it in their car, it counts. But if it's just soundtrack, it doesn't count. I
be
think
like
that would be the
basically
other way.
music that's only for the audience of the movie. It's music that exists in the realm of the movie.
I
So
think
a
that would be
band, a stereo, a boombox, something like that.
yeah,
Yeah, if Reeves Nevo is singing it.
yeah,
Okay, so you're saying a song has to be played in the movie, and that song is then on the chart.
yeah.
Okay,
A song that the characters hear in the movie.
Hear or
okay,
sing.
Yeah, hear or sing.
and top 20 still.
It's a top 20 hit after
We
it
can just say it
releases.
we can just say it
Or anytime.
anytime.
You want to do
Yeah.
anytime
Okay,
if we have
Yeah.
it's live there? Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
So the final version of that then is a song that the characters hear or sing in the movie is a top 20 hit. Billboard
there
top
we
20
go.
hit. I like it.
Lock it in.
Boom. All right, this is going to be a wild one. And I think there's
But
going to be a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of points.
to clarify on that last one,
Yeah.
if it's just happening, like, if they're walking down the street and I don't know, like naming it like a Fly Like an Eagle is just playing because it's part of like the soundtrack of, but it's like someone's not playing it on their speakers. It's like just happening in the background. Does that
Yeah.
count?
I think it might be a good one for like an interaction type rule where
Yeah.
if it's already been playing, then our characters need to like notice it,
Address it.
sing to it, dance to it, turn it down, some version of that. So we have to be able to prove that they did hear it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good distinction.
What do you think, Jared?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Cool.
I think it actually made things a little bit clearer and a little bit easier.
I like it. Yeah, I
Very
guess really
opening
the only
song.
change we made is that they have to hear it or sing it inside the movie. I
Yeah.
think that's really the only
Yep.
tweak. So perfect. Okay, here's the rundown. This is going to be a wild movie. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We're going to have over 1.5 slurs in the movie. We're going to have over 2.5 visible pizzas. We're going to have bong rips. We're going to have one of our stoner buds getting arrested for having weed. We're going to have a cheeseburger interaction. We're going to have a timed drag race. We're going to have Sean Penn professing his love for black girls. We're going to have a businessman selling vacuums door to door. And of course, we are going to have a song from within the movie that our characters hear or sing is a top Billboard top 20 hit. Boom. I think this is points galore.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like it. It's going to be competitive. Although that is a lot to cram into a 90-minute movie. Maybe Boyhood would have been. If I only get one slur in this movie, Boyhood definitely's got 2 in 3 hours. Isn't Boyhood Linklater?
Uh-huh.
And we are just talking about him with Dazed and Confused.
It's all connected, man.
All connected. We're gonna end up finding out all these coming of age movies are just three guys:
I mean, pretty much at this point.
Cameron Crowe and the other two.
Got him.
Oh, man. All right, folks. Well, hey, make sure you come on back next week. We're going to have our review of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and we're going to reveal who won the betting game and who gets to pick next week's movie. So come on back for that. Before we let you guys go for this week, though, want to let you know what we've been watching. And for this week, it's just a couple of things. It was kind of a down week. Let's start with a little TV. This was a show that I was interested in, Seth, and it sounds like they just wrapped up season number 1, the fall and rise of Reggie Dinkins.
Mhm. The fall and
You just
rise
can't-
of Reg-
You just can't quit. Oh my God, you just can't quit Tracy Morgan, can you?
at this point, basically. Yeah, it's similar people who created the show and write on the show. It's people they originally worked on 30 Rock and then did Kimmy Schmidt. And
Oh,
so there's
sweet.
definitely a lot of related like cameos and cast and a lot of the similar jokes, and it's very random and silly. It's Tracy Morgan as the lead with Daniel Radcliffe as the other lead of the show. The basic premise is Reggie Dinkins is a retired football player who got ousted from the sport because he bet on games, but he only bet on himself to do well. So, and he won. He did well and won a bunch of money, but they had to kick him out because he bet on the games. And so he's trying to like redeem himself through this documentary, and he hires Daniel Radcliffe,
Okay.
who was a director who like got on a Marvel movie and had like a bad incident, and so he's trying to resurrect his career. And they kind of introduce his character a little more as it goes on, for they have like a back and forth, which is fun. Bobby Moynihan's also in the show, who plays
Nice.
he was the kicker of the teams that Reggie was on. And he's like his best friend who lives in his basement. um,
I've seen
He's
a
on his
lot of
riblet.
clips of that character.
his character is perfectly clippable. He does some of the weirdest, dumbest, funniest stuff. He's like a good mix of some of his SNL characters. A lot of like drunk uncle in there.
Nice.
He is hilarious. The show is, I mean, very much the same type of humor. Very like cutaway, like very random cutaways. Like callback jokes within an episode. Um, it's great. It's a perfect like 20-minute episode show. I want people to watch this so it gets renewed, because
Mhm.
I think we need these types of shows that are just silly with good heart, and we need more weird humor out there.
Yeah.
And this is
yeah.
exactly, and Tracy Morgan is like he's Tracy Morgan in this, but just playing
Yeah.
retired football player.
He probably
Well, I'm sure
forgets his
him-
character played football.
Yeah.
And I'm sure him going or bouncing off of Daniel Radcliffe is such an
So
interesting
good.
dynamic.
Radcliffe is
So
so underrated in comedy. That show where he was like an angel was so funny that he
Yep.
was in.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's getting like a lot of network level attention at comedy because he's so funny.
Mhm. And yeah, he's kind of like the straight man through a lot of it, but he's also got his own weirdness to him, and he can carry his own like silly storyline on the side too. Yeah, only 10 episodes for the first season, so that just wrapped up. It's all on Peacock, and yeah, 20-minute episodes. You'll get through it in an afternoon. It's perfect.
Oh yeah, the rise and fall of Reggie Dinkins. Moving to the Cineplex. Here's one. Now I went to this kind of on a lark and then recommended it to J Buck, and he went the
Mm.
next day.
Yeah.
Which that's pressure on the recommendation, but hopefully it paid off. This one is called Exit 8. This is a Japanese, I guess, horror. I don't know if horror is the right genre because it's not very scary, but I guess it's horror genre. This is the explanation of the movie is really easy. It's based on a video game where this guy is trying. He's walking through subways and he's trying to get to exit number 8, and he reads a sign that says 3 rules. Number 1, if you see any anomalies, turn around. Number 2, if you don't see any anomalies, keep going. and number 3, exit from exit number 8. That's the entire plot of the movie. And you watch this guy try to figure out what's going on and how to do what he needs to do. And I loved this. I
Mhm.
thought, now it's based on a video game. I really want to play the game. The game sounds really intense and probably actually scary.
Yeah.
It was just so, I never knew what they were doing next. They I don't, e- I don't you're never gonna know where this is going or why. Like shit is happening, and when it all kind of comes together, it all makes perfect sense. But it's a good one to just be going like, what the fuck is going on for like a while. And I really like that. But it does have a message. It does have a theme that I think is really good. Um, and the effectiveness with which they I'm not going to say what an anomaly is, but the anomalies are very creative and super well done.
Mhm.
And this is just like a cool. It's like they took themselves and said, "We're going to make a movie under some really tight restrictions and see if it can still be a good movie." And I think they crushed it because they put a lot of rules on themselves here, even besides just those 3. And I really enjoyed it. Now I'm a person who doesn't mind subtitles, so that didn't get in the way for me. But J Buck, you went based on my recommend, and I think I've already said more than I said in my recommendation. But was it worth it? You got up early to go.
Oh yeah, I noticed that they had a 9 o'clock showing. I was like, hell yeah! I was the only one in the cinema. Had my coffee. I was loving this movie because again, you kind of sold me on the 3. You basically gave me the run of the show of like this guy's in the subway station. Here are the 3 rules, and going into it, the first like 20 minutes are like him, maybe 20, 30 minutes are him figuring it out. But before he's really given the rules, I don't know if you noticed, but you can tell things are already getting weird. Like some of the lights are like jank, like sideways and stuff. So basically, Seth, things are happening, but you don't know that they're actually supposed to be happening. So it's if you're someone that is very perceptive, you kind of like I Spy, like a Where's Waldo book or something, and just spotting the differences. This movie is for you because they are
Hmm.
very subtle, and you're kind of like, no, dude, you didn't look at the sign. The sign was blue this time instead of red. What are you doing? And then boom, it starts right back over. Um, and honestly, like I don't know if anyone out there's played this game. It's called PT. It was called like playable demo or
Ooh,
whatever, where you're
yeah.
basically in a hallway. And Seth, that's what this is. You have like 2
Uh-huh.
corners and a straight shot. Like that's basically the whole set of the movie. And the way that they're able to just keep you invested, because I thought this trope would run stale after 30 minutes, but then they introduce little tiny things that you didn't notice that were probably playing along the whole time, and it completely changes your understanding of maybe what's actually going on here. So I really enjoyed it. Cody, you said that there's subtitles. I think there's very few subtitles. It's more of a movie of kind of in taking the atmosphere. Like the dialogue's not really there to like move the
Yeah.
story forward. Really, it's a lot of show don't tell.
So is it horror then, or is it?
I
There's
think
not
that's a
any
bad designation. It's more of a
creepy. Sure.
psychological thriller,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
thriller's
Creepy.
even wrong.
I
Is
don't
it
even
jump?
think there's I don't think there's a single jump scare. It's definitely eerie and creepy. And I think the
Okay.
game would be very eerie and creepy.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
But not overtly horror, I wouldn't say. And you were talking about kind of being eagle-eyed on this, J-Bug. They do such a good job, or I'm just an easy target, but they do such a good job of allowing you to see what's happening at the same time as him or just barely before. So
Mhm.
like you can get a couple seconds ahead of the movie at basically any time. So it's really rewarding to be looking around. But you never can be very far ahead. And so if you're the type of person who likes looking around, it's really fun and rewarding to do that. But also, even if you just want to kind of sit on the roller coaster and be pulled through it, what they do with the editing and the way they put camera motion and things like that, you're going to see the things and kind of have the experience of trying to spot stuff. So I thought that was just really effectively done. Um, it made me want to. I think that my guess is that this captures the experience of the game incredibly well for that
Mm.
reason, because you're having
Yeah.
the experience of looking, not just watching a guy look. You know. We just talked about that with another video game movie. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was Mario. We talked
Yeah, a lot
about
of stuff
Mario
hidden in the
last week.
background.
Yeah, which by the way, I saw that this last week. Loved it.
You saw it in ScreenX, right? How was that?
ScreenX 3D. Holy cow!
Wow. So you were in the movie.
I was in the movie. I had 2 lines. The thing that makes you realize, though, watching it in that
Mamma
format,
mia.
that movie is 75% explosions and just noise,
Yeah.
which I was here for the entire time. There's a little motif that they play in it. Oh, I've forgotten it now, but there's like it's like bum 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 that they play in that movie like 7 times in a row, and I think it also kind of matches a motif from like the Avengers or something else, where it's like the hero pose noise, like the dun 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 dun, like it's a small version of that noise, and they played it like a bunch of times. And so between that and all the flashing lights and noises, I was like, I think that there's a couple things kids definitely respond to, and they just crammed those things into here
Uh-huh.
and just
They
gave them
had
a bunch
data
of
on the
fucking
back
times.
end.
Yeah. Which more power to them. It worked for me. And the animation's gorgeous on that. They
Yeah.
second to none. Oh my god. But anyway, Exit 8 from this last weekend, Japanese, very good. Check this out. You could watch this at home. I would recommend getting to the theater for it, but you could watch it at home. But that's a big recommend for us. I think you would dig it a lot, Seth.
Yeah, it sounds like with the if there's not as much jump scares, that's something I could probably get into.
There you go. There you go. A little bit of jumping in this next one, but I think it's the bad guys who should be afraid. J-Buck, you went and saw the new Bob Odenkirk action movie. It was a mystery movie this week.
Yeah, I got out to the Mystery Movie Monday, and it was I didn't even know anything about this movie. I think the only thing was the poster, and I saw Bob Odenkirk was in it. I was like, you know what, I'll give it a shot. And basically, it's him, in more of a not a stereotypical role, but what he's been playing lately of kind of the average Joe family man that's actually like a secret badass, and I'm gonna take out a whole town or whatever. This is him. I don't know. It looked like it was. I noticed in the credits it was him and another guy that wrote this movie, or story was by him. So it's kind of more of a personal story, I would say, because he's involved with that. But the opening like 20 minutes or 30 minutes is kind of interesting because there's like elements of Fargo. Like he's this fill-in sheriff for a very small town in Minnesota called Normal, and
Oh,
everyone's
okay.
a little eccentric. I don't the town is, very small, everyone's a community, but you can tell that there's something off, and he's kind of feeling that too, but he's just a fill-in, and the first, like, 20, 30 minutes is like, "Okay, where's this really going?" But then it just flips that switch of like, "Okay, now Bob Odenkirk can kick some ass," and it's, tight 90 minutes. The first bit is a little slog, a little slow, but once you get into the fun, it's great. It's really like gosh, who Henry Winkler's in there. He does
Oh my
some
god.
funny, goofy stuff. Like just it's very odd humor. Um and weirdly, a lot of like Rube Goldberg machine mechanics. There's a lot of and that's where the
Of all
comedy
things.
comes from. That's
Okay.
what I think. It's very odd with like how
It's
they're
like Mousetrap.
balancing stuff, but yeah, it's basically Mousetrap, yeah, like you're
Oh my
saying.
god, Mousetrap.
Yeah, some good stuff.
Man, oh man. This is called Normal, not to be confused with Nobody, which is what I wrote in my
Right.
rundown here. So very confusing. They have to know they're doing that.
Well,
Mhm.
and I just looked it up. The guy who co-wrote it with him also worked. I think he wrote Nobody and Nobody
Oh,
too. So
well, that totally makes sense because there's definitely like DNA from those movies in this one.
is
Very
this
cool.
one rated R
Oh,
then?
it
Or
should be.
okay, yeah, it is. Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of not any high stakes or whatever, but fun 90 minutes.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, right on 90 minutes, 77 on Tomatoes. There you go.
Hell
That's
yeah.
coming out this weekend. So that was an early showing for Mystery Night. So if you're hearing this, catch Normal this weekend
Exclusive.
in the theaters. So get out to Normal. Super Mario Galaxy movie is still out. Exit 8 is in theaters now. And then you can catch all of season 1 of the Rise and Fall, or Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins on what? Peacock?
Peacock.
There you go.
Okay.
Come on back next week for our review of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. We hope you'll watch the movie in the meantime and come join us to hear who won the betting game. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll see you next week.